One of the big debates amongst guitar players these days is the whole digital processor versus traditional tube amp question. And within that debate, one of the more unique players is the Kemper Profiling Amplifier, since the whole appeal of it is built on being able to take a tone from an amp that you love and profile it, and then, in theory, just play through the Kemper digitally without all the hassle that comes with a tube amp and have it sound identical to said tube amp. That is a very, very appealing story, and today I want to put that to the test. Fluff was nice enough to lend me one of my favorites of his amps, the 5153 EL34 version. So I got a really nice tone going with that, and recorded a few riffs just going DI into the interface straight into the computer. And then from there, I reamped those DIs into both the 5150 and the Kemper after having profiled the exact tone that I used with the 5150 into the Kemper. So now I'm going to play you one of those riffs, at first just with guitar, and then I'll add in the bass and drums just for some context. And there's no additional processing on the guitars. It's literally just the signal that goes into the computer. And let's see if you can tell the difference between the amp and the Kemper. Here's the first riff. As far as the signal chain goes into the amp, I used a good old Maxon OD808 to boost the front end of the amp. Now for the Kemper profile, I got the best results, in my opinion, profiling just the amp and not the overdrive into it. So I then also added one of the built-in Kemper overdrives as a preamp effect insert within the Kemper, just to replicate the exact rig that I used with the 5150, but in digital form. And so another important point is that I actually didn't use a cab for any of this. I just went straight from the head into the torpedo live with a cab impulse for both reamping through the amp and the profiling process. I can make another video if there's any interest focusing on the cabs story. But for now, I wanted to focus on just whether or not a tube amp really makes a difference today. And so without further ado, here's another riff. So in all of these, when you're hearing the full mix, the bass DI that I recorded is actually also getting reamped through the 5153 and the Kemper individually. And so that tone is also switching with the guitar tones, since that's something that I do when I record bass anyways, which is just process the bass tone through the same tone as the distorted guitar, as I found that makes them blend just a lot better. That being said, here is a third and final riff. So there are still differences between the Kemper and the amp, no matter how well you profile the amp. And I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think you heard in terms of differences between the two. If the differences make it worth it to use a real amp in any situation versus all the convenience of digital amps. And yeah, just let me know in the comments what you thought of all of that. I'm gonna put the results of which tone is which in the description. Let me know if you got it right or not. And also, I'm gonna include the profile of the amp in the description as well. Just a download link so that all you people who also have Kempers out there can try it out for yourselves. That being said, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.